Hi, this is Mark Meyer from MarTech Hero, and in this short video, I'm going to show you how to pass UTM parameters from a landing page to an Elouqa form. So you might say, why would I want to do this? Well, passing UTM parameters from a landing page to a form on the same page is a common practice in digital marketing and analytics for several important reasons. For example, it tracks the campaign's effectiveness. UTM parameters are used to track the effectiveness of online marketing campaigns across traffic sources and publishing media. So, by capturing these parameters and forms, marketers can understand which campaigns and sources or content are driving leads and conversions. It also is a way to do the lead source attribution. So, when a user fills out a form, the UTM parameter helps in attributing that lead to a specific campaign or source or medium. You can also use it for personalizing user experience. So information from the UTM parameter can be used to personalize the user experience on the website or in future communications. It also lets you in the future segment your leads better. So capturing UTM parameters allows for the segmentation of leads based on their origin. This segmentation can be used for targeting follow-ups or nurture campaigns or analyzing the behavior of leads from different sources. And finally, it helps to optimize the marketing spend. So understanding which campaigns and sources are most effective helps businesses allocate their marketing budgets more efficiently. I'm on this form in Eloqua, and I assume that most of you guys already know how to create the form in Eloqua, so I'm not going to go over that. But we're on a simple form that just has email address, first name, and last name. And then I added these 5 hidden fields, which is UTM source, UTM medium, UTM campaign, UTM content, and UTM term. And one thing to point out, for example, UTM source, the label says UTM source, but notice the HTML name, I also changed that to UTM source. So that's important when we get into the JavaScript that's going to make this whole thing work. Another thing to point out, over in settings, there's also something called the HTML name. So for this form, I gave it the name FM underscore UTM test. And that will also be referenced in the JavaScript. And then I just saved this form as a UTM test form. So now let's jump over to a landing page I created. And as you can see, it's just a simple landing page. All I did is I pulled in the form that we just created on that prior screen. And you'll see that the form is only displaying these 3 fields: email address, first name, and last name. And once again, that's because the UTM source and medium and so on, these are all hidden fields, and that's why you don't see them here. And I set up a microsite, and I gave it a vanity URL of UTM-test. And then down here, you'll see that this is currently empty. It's the code and tracking section. And there's something that says additional JavaScript, and that's currently blank. So we're going to have to add something there to make this form pull in the UTM parameters from the query. And to do that, we're going to simply hit add, and I'm going to paste in the script. And I'll also put this on the website and link to it in the YouTube comments below, so you guys can easily copy this. So what does this do? The first part, the get query string param value, that basically just accepts a single parameter called strq string parameter, which represents the name of the query string parameter and the URL of the current page. So it uses the URL search params interface to parse the query string of the URL. And down in this function part, you see it says function set campaign. So the function is designed to find a form on the page by using the document query selector. And it's basically looking for a form with the name FM underscore UTM test. And if you recall, that's the form name that we gave it on the HTML name. If such a form is found, it then looks for the form elements called UTM source, UTM medium, campaign, content, and term, and it sets those. And then lastly, the window on load set campaign. This line sets up an event handler that executes the set campaign function when the windows load. So you really don't have to understand like exactly how it works, but this is the code. Basically what you need to know is this is your form name, and these are all your UTM sources that you want to pull in to that form. So we're going to hit apply. and then we're going to hit save. Now to test this out, we can just click on this URL and it takes us to our test landing page. But this particular example doesn't have all the added parameters added, so I saved that off. Let me just paste this in. It's the same URL, but I added in all these UTM parameters, UTM source, UTM content. So I'm going to hit enter so that page loads. And then I'm just going to enter this information. And hit submit. And now if we jump back over to the form and we go up to actions and view submission data, you'll see that it says marktesting.com. The email address, of course, was passed, first name, last name. And you'll see all the UTM source, medium, campaigns, content, and term were successfully sent. So that's basically how it works. It's super easy as long as you just add that JavaScript code to your landing page, and that does all the work. Then, of course, once it's in here on your form processing steps, you can send this UTM data over to a CDO or do whatever you want to do with it for reporting purposes. But that's basically all there is to it. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them below in the comment section, and I'll be happy to help you out. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.